In this video, I'll show you how to use Photoshop to digital rendering, add color, add pattern into your hand sketch. First, you're going to prepare a fashion illustration sketch of your own. Please use your tracing paper to trace all the outline with a fine tip black ink. Scan the image in, save it as a Photoshop or PDF file. Once the file is open in Photoshop, you're going to check the line quality. Go to the image menu. Double sure the mode. Make sure the mode is under RGB color. And also you can use image adjustment function to adjust the brightness and contrast level. Once you finish the general adjustment, we can check the line quality. The most important thing is to make sure every single section of your sketch will connect it properly. So now I find from one of the hands tip section, this part is not perfect. So you can use eyedropper and the brush tool to paint over the dirty marks, and also select the same color as your outline. Also use a very fine tip brush to connect all the open section. It's super important to make sure all the little corner will connect it properly so you can fill in color. And on this, in the layer palettes, I prepare a clean version. Right on the top, I call it figure, so you can see. Once the image was connected properly, we can start to add color. First, we're going to insert with skin tone. Go to the original skin layer and use magic wand. You can put this tolerance as 25. Click onto the face. Hold on the shift button. Multi-select all the section need fill with skin color. Find a skin tone from your color selection. Use eyedropper. Click on the foreground color and choose a skin tone very quickly. Every time before you fill the color, I would recommend it to create a new layer in your layer palettes. You're using your original skin image layer as a selection base, but all the fill and editing will be created on the new layer. So go to the layer palettes, click on create new, adding a new layer, and type in a name called skin. You can use bucket or you can use menu bar edit fill to fill in foreground color with normal and 100%. Ctrl D to deselect. The good part when you fill in the color with as a new layer is it's very easy to adjust the tone. Once you fill in, if you feel the color is a bit too dark or you want to adjust the skin color to a different hue, you can easily go to adjustment, use image adjustment menu, and go to hue saturation. We can give a little bit touch of the skin to make it slightly deeper. So you can see the change on the screen. Once you finish, press OK. Now I'm going to continue. And I'm going to select her color. So every time selection, it's always go from your original skin layer. Use magic wand. Highlight all the here Use zoom tool to double sure. You can hold down the shift to multi-select additional part. Once you finish, this time I'm trying to apply a gradient instead of a solid fill. So again, create a new layer on top, and I'm going to call it here. And this time we're going to prepare two colors on the bottom of your toolbox. Under the foreground color box and a background color box, you're going to choose a dark tone and a light tone. Once you finish color selection, we're going to go to the middle of your toolbox. Select Gradient Tool. All you need to do is to click and drag out a gradient direction line, and the gradient will apply on your screen. Ctrl D to deselect. If there's any part missing, you can use eyedropper and brush tool to touch a little bit to make all the detail part looks good. Now I'm going to go to do a fun part, which is we're going to add makeup. You can see her face looks a little bit blurred, and we're going to use makeup to repaint her face. So I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going to call this layer makeup. Use eyedropper. Retouch her eye. Redraw her eyebrow. And if I want to give a smoking eye makeup effect on the eyeshadow, I'm going to highlight one of the color and set up my brush to the soft side, 0% hardness, and increase the size slightly. Lower opacity, lower the flow, and touch on the corner of my eye so you have an eyeshadow. You can also lower the opacity level to make a soft range. So I have makeup on her eye, and I'm going to continue to add her nose detail. And now I'm going to use a soft color to paint her lips. Make sure your opacity go back to 100%. If you made a mistake or you need adjustment, you can use Ctrl Z or Ctrl Alt Z function to undo. I added eye in the middle. So now I finish the quick makeup for my model. Retouch a little bit on the corner. Okay, so she's ready.